We are. Hold on. Hello and welcome to Useful Idiots Monday morning, Sunday morning news show review. I'm Katie Halper and I'm here with, of course,
Matt Taibbi. Have we done this cleanly yet?
Not once. It's okay. We've
once?
only been doing this for like over a year and how long?
Not
How long have we been doing this show? This show in general, though.
This show in general is. Yeah, we're coming up on our second anniversary.
Oh my God, that's insane! Yeah, well,
happy almost. We've been together so long. We have to.
What's the 2-year? Yeah, were you going to ask what the 2-year like material is?
Yeah, it's like
Silver, wood, maybe cardboard or styrofoam.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's that déclassé. Okay. But we'll ask the audience what it.
Yeah, we'll ask the audience. Yeah, what material and what should we give each other for our 2-year Useful Idiots anniversary? I have an idea. I'll grab something in a second. But so let's see. Should we just
let's just plow into it. So this is obviously Useful Idiots Monday morning. So we're reviewing the Sunday news shows. And a lot of fun stuff yesterday, I have to say. Like, although not obviously kind of a grim week. Right. And first of all, by the way, I just want to thank Aaron Mate for doing such a great job.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, I was like worried that I was going to be replaced permanently watching some of that. And that still could happen, realistically.
It could happen. I mean, depending on your behavior, Matt. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So a lot to get to, a lot of stuff about Afghanistan, but I think we should start with something that was it's both funny and just nuts. Lindsey Graham was on Face the Nation and
Face the Graham.
He kind of just sort of unraveled in this appearance. But let's go to the videotape.
Yeah, let's go to the videotape.
Thank you for joining us. I know you are no fan of how the president is conducting this withdrawal, but give us a specific sense of what you would have done differently.
Well, number one, I wouldn't have withdrawn. I would have kept the counterterrorism forces on the ground. Your reporter
always a good take, by the way.
That when we have people on the ground working with indigenous forces, that's the best insurance policy against another 9/11.
Surprised you didn't say
held the Taliban to the conditions set out in the agreement with Trump. But let me tell you where I think we're at. This is a catalytic.
Wait, we missed that. We got to go back.
My ability to destroy the agreement with Trump. But let me tell you where I think we're at. This is a catalytic, just a fair beyond my ability to describe it. It's been a very emotional couple of days for all of us.
See,
the parade of horribles are about to unfold. We're leaving thousands of Afghan allies behind.
Parade of horribles. That's sort of like a basket of deplorables.
It is, American citizens behind.
So I like that. You know,
I
like that because
the 9/11 just
if we can just pause this for a second. What I like about this is that sometimes people like struggle to like catch up to what's the word? Not compensate. They go what I'm doing right now.
Exactly.
They stick to it. They don't stop it. They go back, they pause, and they repronounce that word. But he just changes it. What does he say? He goes from
catamalistic.
Right. And then he realizes he can't pronounce it correctly. Excuse me. So he just says what
he's going for cataclysmic.
Right, cataclysmic.
And
what do you think what is that a good combo of? Cataclysmic plus catamalistic? What is that a combo of?
Yeah, he's spoonerizing it a little bit. I think. So
animalistic. What was
animalistic? Maybe, I'm not sure. Catamalistic, catastrophic. That's what happened.
Catastrophic. Oh, you're saying that's the cataclysmic. You're saying that's the accent.
Well, no, I mean, I think he just got confused syllable and stress-wise, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. When I say accent, I meant the stress. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, but he did what you were supposed to do. Like any good quarterback, you just got to throw the ball out of bounds and move on to the next play. Don't take a sack. Don't lose the yardage on the play. That's
what I would say. I was just don't take a sack.
Exactly.
Never take a sack. So what does he wind up saying? Oh,
apocalyptic could be
apocalyptic, which then I was just reading and saying apoplectic,
apocalyptic, cataclysmic. It comes out as catamalistic.
I
like that word, catamalistic.
Me too. What's the plant? that smells kind of like mint. Eucalyptic.
Eucalyptus, right?
Yeah,
eucalyptus.
Eucalyptic, yeah.
Eucalyptic.
Calisthenics, someone put in there. That's good.
Calisthenics, I like that. Yeah. Conniptionistic.
That's
I'm not sure. The Cadillac converter. Yeah, that's
good. Yeah.
No, it's catalytic converter.
Right, catalytic. Arthritic. Yeah. Catheter.
Catheter. Yeah.
Is there an adjective for catheter?
Catheteritic.
No,
I went to cauterize, and maybe I don't know. Weird. Is there a word like that?
Catheterize.
Catheterize. I don't know.
Cathartic.
Cathartic.
Cathartic. Yeah. Catheterartic.
Yeah. All of that, of course, secondary to his main take, which is we shouldn't have left.
Right. We shouldn't have left. Yeah. We got Republicans they're committed to staying in Afghanistan. They're committed to staying with that line that we shouldn't have left.
Well, either that or they're going in the Josh Hawley direction, which seems to be mostly for show.
Right.
But yeah, no, there's a lot of that, and then there's kind of so the Republicans are just sort of trying to get as much political capital out of this as they can, and milk it this disaster for whatever political advantage that they can get, which is understandable. Then on the flip side, where you see where the sort of neoliberal Democratic aligned pundits are, that's been kind of interesting because there was a little bit of reflection early, and then now they've kind of swung around to sort of blaming Republicans for overdoing it. There was sort of an interesting moment with Chuck Todd and Eugene Robinson yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Should we watch that, or do you want to move to something else?
Do we do that, or do you want to do the McConnell next?
Oh, let's do McConnell.
Because that stays in the lane of what's this Porky Pig reference, by the way? I don't know this, but I like it. Apparently, I guess he pronounces things, and then it's like when Porky Pig tries to pronounce a word and then gives up and says another word. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, I can't even remember what that would be. But we'll have to find a clip of that.
Yeah. And then we got some praise for Matt's recent piece, which we'll talk about in this week's Useful Idiots. Okay, so let's go to the Mitch McConnell.
Despite critics' fears, thousands of Americans and Afghan allies will be left behind, creating a possible hostage situation. The White House is holding firm. It will pull all U.S. forces out of Afghanistan by Tuesday. Joining us now, Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell, who has urged the president to disregard that deadline. Face. Senator, you just heard my conversation with
I always think he looks like a nun.
Jake Sullivan.
A nun, yeah. Turtle nun. The turtle things can be overplayed.
I think what's been lost in all this, Chris, is why we went there in the first place. We went there to prevent the Taliban from having a regime that would allow terrorists to constitute themselves and hit us again here at home. It's been a total success.
Okay, hold on. Just watch him say it's been a total success. There's something that really is like incoherent, not incoherent. I'm being like Lindsey Graham. What's the word when it doesn't match up?
Incongruous?
Incongruous, yeah, thank you.
Incoherent?
Incoherent, yeah.
We lost more, I repeat.
Oh, wait, crap. What did happen? Sorry.
The policy was working. Therefore, I think calling it a terrorist from reconstituting.
Okay, here he's going to call it great success.
Having a light footprint in the country. The policy was working. Therefore, I think calling it an endless war or claiming that we're somehow trying to get involved in a civil war is a domestic civil war is simply not accurate. We went over there to protect us here at home. We've not had a mass casualty attack from over there in these 20 years. I'd call that a successful policy. Now we're looking at the exit. And over the next 2 days, our heroic military is doing as best they can with a horrible policy decision. This is one of the worst foreign policy decisions in American history. Much worse than Saigon, because after we left Saigon, there weren't Vietnamese terrorists who were planning on attacking us here at home. That we leave behind exactly what we went in to solve 20 years ago, and I fear for the future in continuing the war on terror. You know, just because we decide to quit fighting doesn't mean the terrorists go away. So they're still out there. They're invigorated. They're emboldened.
They're emboldened.
And excited about the success they see in bringing America to its knees in Afghanistan.
So again, it's first of all, his face is just always so weird.
We went there to prevent the Taliban from having a regime that would allow terrorists to constitute themselves and hit us again here at home. It's been a total success.
So it's been a total success, guys. Breaking news, it's been a total success.
I mean, I'm kind of speechless. I was actually just now speechless at that. It's tough to say that with a straight face, although does he have another kind of face?
No, I mean, he actually started smiling. The one time he smiled was when he said, like, just because we stop fighting doesn't mean they do, which is a weird thing to crack a smile over, especially because he really seemed to genuinely be smiling. But yes, he has a straight face. I wonder if he does Botox or something.
Well, look at me. It looks like he swallowed a box of lemons. You know, see how it puckers in the middle?
Yeah.
It's very rectomoid. His middle is.
You know what he looks like? Rectomoid, but also like what are those water bears? Remember the Talia?
Oh, right.
I'm kidding about that. It's not Teglerides or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget what those are called. I mean, look, and the comparison to Vietnam is absurd because if you remember the whole concept behind the Vietnam War was the domino theory. So we were trying to prevent the spread of communism, not protect us from Vietnamese.
Right.
This was supposed to be about the spread of an ideology worldwide, and obviously that didn't end with that issue didn't end. Although I'm not so sure that's actually why we went in there, but whatever.
Right.
For him to make that comparison is ridiculous. I'm also not sure we haven't had a mass casualty event that you can trace to Islamic terrorism since 2001. I think there have been a couple of mass shootings that would probably fall under that category. But to classify this as a success on any level, it's just so crazy. Like,
it's really crazy.
I was looking at some of those stats for the article I wrote yesterday, and one of the amazing ones was when we went in there were fewer than 8,000 hectares of being farmed for opium production.
Right.
And when we left, it was over 433,000. And I'm sorry, it was yes, that's right. And so it was 43 times what we had. What the level of production was, and this is after $8 billion worth of spending, and that was just one of like 90 different goals that we allegedly had in Afghanistan, and they all failed, like every single one of them. So it's crazy.
And it's also he mentions like how no one was killed a certain month. He's totally selective. I don't think we played this, but in the clip at some point he's talking about how all these people died just now, and before no one died, but he's just choosing months where there weren't casualties or killings, but, take another month and there were.
Yeah, I'm sure you could pick a spot on the map somewhere in Afghanistan and say, like, nothing bad happened there for 98 minutes. In 2017. Therefore, ipso facto, it's a success.
Yeah.
That's pretty tough. Look, the Republicans are in this very strange place because half of them are arguing that the withdrawal was actually Trump's idea. So they're trying to take credit for the decision to leave, but they also want to stay.
And also if they're blaming Biden for doing that, Biden is just like following up on what Trump planned, right? I mean, so then Trump had to be bad too if he's doing that. Like, pick a narrative. People have to understand, why are they so dumb about this? There are going to be times when the people you don't like do the thing that you do like. That's it. But, these are opportunists. I'm always like talking to them like they're honest brokers or something.
Right. Right. Well, they, the Republicans have limited opportunities for taking political advantage of things.
Right. Yeah.
So, well, I guess that's not true. They don't. They have actually plenty of opportunities.
They're just bad at it. They've just become
bad at it.
Yeah. Or they're really good at it.
Well,
the Dems are really bad at it, but
they were great at it for years. But
yeah, they were. Yeah. Should we go to speaking of great at it? Should we go to the Chuck Todd and Eugene Robinson?
Yes.
This is a great clip.
Yeah, as a friend of mine who's into spoonerism said, calls him Tuck Chod.
Tuck Chod, yeah. And
Chod.
Eugene Ubinson.
Yeah.
Who I think is wearing dentures or something. Let me know what you think. His speech sounds different. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the videotape.
This Sunday, terror and dread in Afghanistan.
Is this the one?
I've called it circular finger pointing has just beginning.
Oh yeah, this is it. Yeah.
A little bit. White House to Pentagon, Pentagon to state.
Can you play from the beginning? Sorry, of that.
I've called it circular finger pointing is just beginning.
Yeah.
A little bit. White House to Pentagon, Pentagon to state.
Sure.
Pentagon a little bit to White House back and forth. Where does the accountability fall? Who's in line?
Well, it's on every one of those institutions, and Joe Biden is the president. So you know, when you're the president, and it happens
Doesn't
on
his
your
mouth
watch,
look different?
you're ultimately accountable.
Yeah.
But I do think we ought to have a little perspective here. First of all, this was a 20-year war, and second, this is what
he's carrying something
withdrawal from a war that we did not win looks like. I mean, this is what it looks like. It's messy. It's awful.
That phrasing is amazing.
We have to deal with who are taking over other people we were fighting, and we don't like it at all. And it's not a pretty thing to look at. It's a tragic thing for a lot of Afghans, for a lot of people, certainly for the 13 service members who lost their lives and their families. But it doesn't. You know, it's never pretty. This would not have been pretty no matter what happened.
It just struck me. You used a phrase, and you didn't say we lost the war. You said this is what a war looks like when you don't win. And I agree. I don't know we can say we lost, but we didn't win.
But we certainly didn't win. We didn't win.
So, okay. And you could see how Chuck Todd just sort of alighted. Like he was really happy with that formulation. Like, you know, we didn't lose this. It wasn't like we were beaten.
We didn't win it.
Right. It was a war we did not win, which is
otherwise known as losing, but not to Chuck Todd. Chuck Todd is such a genius with words. I like the way he's like, this is what I like to call. We're already seeing what I like to call the circular finger pointing.
It's just starting. Yeah.
It's just starting. Yeah. What I like to call though, he wants to make sure that he gets credit for that, the circular finger pointing, which is like,
I think it's kind of like a circular firing squad. It's just not without the firing.
Right. Yeah. Or the squad.
Yeah.
Pointing of circular finger.
Yeah. No, it's ridiculous. The Democrats have had and this kind of sort of blue state media have really had a tough time knowing how to deal with this crisis, because on the one hand what they should be doing is they should be hammering home the fact that Biden is sticking to his withdrawal plan, but instead they're kind of moping around looking for ways to talk about the Republicans overstating things, or they're indulging in stuff like this, which is a way of saying this wasn't a failure, this was a decision that we made to end this, but we weren't beaten. Well, you kind of were beaten, actually, because that's what happens when you enter into a war, and it means more to the other side than it does to you.
Right.
If we're just over there, we don't have any goals. It's ridiculous. And then you go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go.
I mean, and they're complicating it also with the way they're trying to strike back today. I don't know if you saw the drone strike. They initially reported that there were no civilian casualties, and then it comes out that there were civilian casualties.
Children.
Right. Which is so symbolic of the whole thing. Like they're delusional about what we were doing over there the whole time, and then even when they have actual data, they can't give it to us straight, and they compound it by lying, and it's a mess.
Yeah,
you need that Spider-Man thing. Yeah.
Yeah, need Spider-Man finger pointing meme for Chuck Todd. Yeah, and thank you, by the way, for this generous donation, Suffragium.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias to you. Yeah, I mean, if you go over and you kill a bunch of people, you have a bunch of people die for 20 years, and then you leave, and it's not exactly how you want it. I do think, or remotely how you want it. I'm just trying to be charitable. Like, yes, there was not another 9/11, but I'm pretty sure, like, wars, it's a loss if you don't achieve something. Like, because you just killed a bunch of people on both sides. You lost a lot of money, and for what?
Well, we're talking about over 100,000 deaths, right?
Right.
So I think it's something like 150,000 if you tally it all up. It's 60,000.
If you Taliban it all up.
Taliban it all up.
Yeah.
Right. And $2 trillion that we spent, and to get us back, like, worse than square one than where we were in 2001. The mission that we accomplished was sort of rooting out allegedly bin Laden and Al-Qaeda, but we could have done that in 2001 and 2002 with the assistance of the Taliban. Like, none of this was really necessary. And I think, if you add up the long-term consequences of what people in that region are going to think about when they think about the United States, they're going to, how many people are going to grow up remembering that we bombed funerals, that we droned civilian areas, that we, dropped MOABs on places and insisted there were no civilian casualties. Like,
yeah, this hospital that I didn't even know about until the other day. I had Danny Sherson and Kathy Kelly on the show, and they were talking about a hospital in Kunduz, I think, that the U.S. just kept bombing. Also, I read somewhere the other day that there were years. Oh, it was on the Kathy Kelly and Danny Sherson were talking about the stats, and there were years when the U.S. airstrikes, the U.S. killed more people than the Taliban. Like, that's just kind of stunning and relevant. And what are we there for? Right. And there was nation building in around Georgetown and what are the Loudoun County? Loudoun County, is that where?
Oh yeah, Loudoun County, Fairfax. Yeah, exactly.
That was where the nation building was. Yeah.
Yeah, we did great nation building in the 9 richest counties in Virginia or whatever it is. And that's actually not a joke. I mean, that's true. It's funny. There is a friend of the show who will go unnamed who wrote to me last week and mentioned that a lot of the compounds that were built by the Afghan politicians with American money that the Taliban are now taking over. Remember, Rachel did that whole thing about the tacky interiors. But they look exactly like the houses of the contractors in Northern Virginia. In fact, like, there were some pieces that were done about that in the middle of in the middle of the war, like in between 2008 2010, about this sort of flowering of these really gaudy, tacky McMansions. Around Washington. So yeah, we did some nation building. It just wasn't over there. So.
Yeah, we got to look at some of those interiors. Yeah,
I think that might be a worthwhile endeavor.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the media news that came it actually came out before. Yeah, it came out before yesterday, but we got some additional detail about it.
By the way, won't somebody please think of the children of the military contractors? Yeah.
Right now to another headline, a story that you broke, Claire, about Rachel Maddow staying at MSNBC, staying with NBC Universal, but not exactly in the same job. Sources say she's going to be leaving her daily flagship 9 p.m. show sometime next year, I hear next spring, in order to start to do some other work instead. She's going to host specials on MSNBC, but she wants to work on other projects, podcasts, dramas, TV shows, other kinds of things. So, Claire, what are you hearing about this new deal? Why is it that she wants to basically become like a studio boss instead of a daily host?
Yeah, I think this is kind of like a new era of talent deals. The Daily Beast had reported that Rachel's going to be paid $30 million. There's some denials about that number, but it kind of jives with the neighborhood that I was hearing.
That's
I
crazy.
think it's not like
It's
a straight
insane. Guys,
salary.
please hold on. Guys, that's a great reminder. Please subscribe at usefulidiots.substack.com so that Matt and I can reach that 30 million salary.
Perhaps a remuneration package, which could involve, how well the movie does, how many books get sold. As for replacing Rachel Maddow, she is irreplaceable. I don't know what they're going to do at 9 o'clock. Perhaps there's a way for Rachel to tape the kind of features she does, and they slot it in as a tape versus live. Her fans are absolutely rabid in the same way Sean Hannity's fans love him at Fox News. Rachel Maddow's fans are crazy for her. So it's not an easy decision for MSNBC. Obviously, she's a hugely high-rated
and they tilted friends
talent in that slot. Finding somebody else to replace her is going to be a very difficult job for the network.
Yes, it is. Joe, you also wrote about another Succession story this week, Jeopardy.
That's funny, right when
we know that.
Right when he said yes, it is. Someone wrote the analytical failure. Brian Stelter always has the tone of the most uninteresting person ever trying to be interesting. Which is true. But you know what? Someone pointed out, now it's open for, I should probably.
Somebody. Yeah, you should. Yeah. Put a reel together.
Yeah.
Sizzle reel. Right.
Yeah.
I think you'd do well in that role.
Thanks. Yeah. Here's my audition.
In seriousness, this is a bit of an unusual thing because, as many media people have pointed out, traditionally anchors, they do not give up these jobs. This is one of those you pry it from my cold dead hands kind of thing. So it's like being a Supreme Court justice. When you're the leading person in a prime slot, like there's not really a history of people giving up voluntarily those positions.
Right.
So of course the difference is that once upon a time when it was Dan Rather or Jessica Savage or Walter Cronkite or Brian Williams or whoever, you're talking about a half an hour broadcast or an hour broadcast with those old, broadcast network shows. Mm-hmm. These cable programs are an hour long. They involve, in Rachel's case, like a 20-minute monologue every day or a 15-minute monologue, which is not easy to pull off. It's a lot of work. So it may be that this kind of job is more of a burnout risk than the other ones, or there's other stuff to speculate.
Yeah. What do you
here.
think she's doing?
Well, I mean, if you look at the ratings of these shows, you could make an argument that, the future is not in this kind of show. Like the audiences of Fox, MSNBC, and CNN are overwhelmingly over a certain age. So, and in Trump's absence, they're not going to be going up, those ratings. So maybe that's not an exciting place to be for her anymore. I don't know.
Right.
What do you think?
I think maybe she's, seeing the writing on the wall. It's just funny because they're making it seem like, what is she doing? She's like, how could she be walking away from this? But, she's probably made a bunch of money. I'm going to go ahead
she's going to make more now. Yeah.
Right. She'll make more money. It's insane. But how is she doing? I mean, is this just like relative to other MSNBC hosts? Because aren't the numbers not doing, as you were just saying, they're not doing that well, right?
She does better than other MSNBC hosts.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So like in the world of MSNBC, but is the whole ship of MSNBC sinking?
Well, it's really hard to say that, I think. Obviously there's been a catamalistic change in the entire cable news industry, going back to, let's just say, if you went back to 2010 and you looked at the end of the year at what the top 30 cable programs would be, only a few of them would be news programs, right? And but beginning with the Trump years, it became totally standard for like the 4 of the top 5 cable programs to be shows like Rachel's, right? Or Tucker's or whatever. And it may be that, they're just reverting back to what it was before when, you're much more likely to get ratings doing sports or a game show or something like that. And
and she likes sports, by the way. I know that. She
does? What's her sport?
I know that because she has football, I think, because I think she had an inner outhouse. Hold on. She has something where she and her wife, I think she likes to watch sports. Here it is. Hold on. New York Mag. Hold on. Here, let me share this screen because this is actually, if things so she could always come on the show and help me do my sports stuff because I need some help with that. Where Rachel Maddow is allowed to watch TV. Do you see this slide? It's so interesting. It's confusing. For MSNBC host Rachel Maddow and her partner artist Susan McCullough, their pre-Civil War farmhouse in Western Massachusetts was perfect, except for the bathroom. In order to reach it, you have to climb up a very steep staircase, Maddow explains. It's not quite a ladder, but it's a vertical challenge. The couple knew they needed a second bathroom for their weekend home, but insisted that its original bones not be disturbed. The house is symmetrical and historically preserved, and the idea that we would stick something into it as an addition felt like putting a hat on a horse. By the way, that's not so bad. You can take a hat off a horse. I would think it would be like putting a stick through the eye of a horse or something. Anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
What's the problem with a hat on a horse?
What's the problem with a hat on a horse? It sounds cute, yeah.
I like a hat on a horse.
Me too. So last year, architect Nicole Midgen, who worked with Maddow and McCullough on their West Village apartment, designed a one-room bathhouse tucked away in the woods. The simple pitch roof structure, more than just an outhouse, features vertical wood slats made from sustainably grown cedar that reference the design of old tobacco drying barns in the area and conceal drains and vents while providing soft diffuse light. Perfect for a low-key late afternoon dip in the hot tub. Midgen worked with woodworker Chuck Bayless to build reclaimed maple cabinets that hide an entertainment center and linen closet. When the large front door is open, the bathhouse has an indoor-outdoor airiness. Closed, it's some kind of magic, McCullough says. For Maddow, it's her retreat within a retreat. We don't have a TV in the main house, she says, but I can seal myself in the bathhouse and watch football really loudly without bothering anybody. It's very satisfying. Okay, this is this little out. I mean, I don't know if it's an outhouse.
A lot of food for thought there.
Yeah, a lot. I mean, this is what normal people would turn into a guest house.
Yeah.
But they don't need to do that because I don't know why. So I guess they have places to... Look at that. It's kind of cool, though. I got to admit.
Yeah, no, it's very cool.
Hot tub. Look at that hot tub.
They did it so because if both of them have to take a dump at the same time, they didn't have a place to do it previously.
Oh, yeah, right. So they don't have any bathroom thing going on in the main house?
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't know. I'm asking because it says it made it seem like they had to schlep outside to do, right?
Right.
There's a lot going on here. I want to see the main house, though. So, wait.
I'm interested in what team she's
the
a fan of.
bathroom. Oh, me too. Yeah, I'm sure we could find that out. I like the chandelier. It's actually really cool. Maybe I should take her job. I was thinking
a cool chandelier.
It is, right?
What is that?
I don't know. It's like we need. Oh, and look, there is a bed. There. We need to get there. We need to do a Useful Idiots live taping from the outhouse of Rachel Maddow. Right? Oh, they do have a bed in there. Okay, good. That's nice. I thought, yeah, that's very nice.
It's a great space.
It is a great space.
I love the sustainable cedar.
Me too. Thank God.
Right?
Yeah.
Where in Western Massachusetts? Do we know?
I don't know. I was going to say, maybe you know it out here. Let's see. This is the view of the let's see. Okay, here's their house. God, this is like, my mom loves this stuff. I should get her to, let's see. Oh, you can look it on Google. Hold on. I just want the screenshot. Okay, here we go. Wait, it's coming. Hold on. I believe it's in Cummington, Massachusetts.
Cummington.
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 Do you not know that place?
Massachusetts, and I don't know where that is.
Yeah. Well, Cummington for the house, Stayington for the, sorry about this, I'm allergic today. Stayington for the outhouse. Right.
Okay. All All right. Oh, okay. I see where it is.
You see where it is? How long will it take us to get there?
About 2.5 hours, I would say.
All right. Let's do it.
Yeah. So, okay. All jokes aside, the Maddow story is like it's like a legit interesting media story because, again, you know, for MSNBC, it's kind of a catastrophe for them. You know, they're losing their number one personality, like on-air personality on a daily basis. It's not going to be easy. I mean, obviously somebody else will step in and we'll do fine with that audience, but you know, she's the face of that network. And then why is she leaving? You know, I think there are a few people who are wondering, you know, not only if she's trying to get out ahead of some significant cultural changes, like people just aren't going to be watching cable TV anymore. But there's also, you know, look, she took some serious shots from the Washington Post who were trying to make her out to be like sort of the Judith Miller of, you know, Russiagate and everything.
Right.
Maybe that's not a fun place for her to be either. You know, if there's more of that coming, you know, who knows?
Right.
But
Maddow can take a dump at the same time as her ratings.
We have some excellent comments here.
I know, we really do. Priyankar Sarkar, thanks for doing this, guys. This is becoming my new Monday morning fix. Awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. We love it. Yeah.
Like and share, folks, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
The walls are closing in on Rachel.
The walls are closing in.
Yeah.
The outhouse walls are closing in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Her shitter chandelier makes me aspire to work harder. God bless America. Yeah.
Right. All right. Well, a couple more things.
Yeah.
And this is just silly, but you know, every war, every time we have like a serious foreign engagement and there's lots of live broadcasts, some on the ground reporter becomes a star. Everybody remembers the Scud Stud, Arthur Kent, who became the big star of the first Gulf War. Richard Engel is now like the guy, and he was on one of the shows yesterday, and just wanted to talk. I wanted to discuss with you like what the proper posture is for a war correspondent, because I think he just nails this.
Yeah.
If Matt, if we could look at of that Richard Engel clip here.
What's the fallout?
All right.
Well, I think the fallout is huge, and I think we're going to be feeling this for many years to come. The same way that the Iraq.
Yeah, could we do that again? Sorry, I was looking. Yeah, let's just watch him again. Sorry.
So Chuck Todd, and this is, to me, this is classic. This is like iconic war correspondent.
Yeah. Like
posture. You're in your comfortable shirt, hands on hips. Right. Like there's two ways to go, and we'll get to what the other way is.
Yeah.
But this is the way that like, you got to have a little bit of a tan. You know, you're not overweight, right? You're thin, you're in good shape because you've been in the desert, and you got the hands on the hips like that. You're ready for anything. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think that's a good look?
Yeah, I like it. I think let's see. As we're going to see, there's some tech difficulties. So it makes it that much more dramatic because we barely knew you, Richard. We barely knew you.
Yeah, and then but that actually makes it cooler. But let's
I know.
Roll.
Yeah. Let's roll the videotape. By the way, some people were like,
Well, I think the fallout is huge, and I think we're going to be feeling this for many years to come. The same way that the Iraq War created a hole in the Middle East, and then all the countries around it shifted, and it caused tremendous instability, and ultimately we saw the rise of ISIS. Now, to a degree, the United States and other nations have managed to plug that hole, but it took a long time. Now, the collapse of Afghanistan, taken over by the Taliban, is creating a hole in Central Asia. And it's going to suck in the countries all around it. It's going to suck in Pakistan. It's going to suck in Iran. With Iraq, it tore up the Middle East that was established after the First World War. It tore up the old maps. Here, I would be looking at the Durand Line, the line between Afghanistan and Pakistan. This used to be called the Great Game for Central Asia. And with this pullout, we've just restarted the Great Game.
What is America's role going to be in Afghanistan?
The Stone Phillips nod.
Yeah.
How we handle Syria, where we just go in,
the cadence of it. We just restarted.
Try to deal with that.
This is funny. Can we rewind this a little bit so we can hear what he's saying? By the way, note that he has to put his arms get tired, so he has to drop them for a little bit. Almost drop them. Okay, let's hear hear Chuck Todd's question here. Yeah.
And find a terror target, try to deal with that, and sort of play
a couple seconds more.
Line, the line between Afghanistan and Pakistan. This used to be called the Great Game for Central Asia. And with this pullout, we've just restarted the Great Game.
What is America's role going to be in Afghanistan? Is it going to be similar to how we handle Syria, where we just go in, find a terror target, try to deal with that, and sort of play whack-a-mole?
Come on.
Well, it looks like we lost Richard Engel there. No worries, Richard, in Doha Forest. Richard, thank you. Look, last night I spoke with the Secretary of State,
He did
Antony
not
Blinken.
seem very upset about that. Like,
no.
Just so, and I like the way he goes, "Oh, come on."
Yeah, who was that who said, "Oh, come on"?
I think it was Richard Engel. It had to be, right? Should we watch that part again? It had to be, I think.
Yeah, let's do one more time.
Yeah, let's do one more time from just his asking the question. And by the way, saying whack-a-mole, that we play whack-a-mole in Syria is kind of great.
Yeah.
And
find a terror target, try to deal with that, and sort of play whack-a-mole.
Oh, come on.
Well, it looks like we lost Richard Engel there.
That could be a director too.
Yeah, it could be a director. Yeah, it could be. You're right. It's someone from Engel's though. Engel's line. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but that's just like verite, right?
Yeah.
He's far away. There's the stuff happens, right? So he's.
Worries,
really,
Richard, in Doha Forest.
He's really nailing like that whole strategy. Like I went back and looked, and here, can we look at the TVI clip? This is like British war correspondent circa 1980.
It does look like he was finding the mole because he did look down to the right. Looks like there was a mole. Anyway, yeah.
Right. Yeah. So let's see the first one if we can, Matt.
Good evening from Baghdad.
Oh, I think it's later actually.
Cities, dear of a ceasefire.
So what is this? Can you set this up?
This is at 5:09 if we can see that one. Hang on a sec. There we go. See, that's how you do it. That's
okay. And when is this from? Jeez Louise, what is this?
That's like 1980. If we can hear the delivery, like
information of its fall. The Iraqis say they have no long-term intentions to occupy Qasr Shireen. They'll use it, they say, to force other concessions out of the Iranians. As the Iraqi group tightens on the town.
That's classic. You got to have the tank aiming right at the audience.
Right.
I mean, it's unfortunate that it's not on fire. Like that's kind of the holy trinity is like a tank in the background and on fire.
Right.
And the hands on your hips.
Right. That's the holy trinity. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah. So but he's doing both of those guys are doing the casual, like light shirt, guy outside in desert thing. The other way to go, which I also approve of, is like the massively over accessorized reporter.
Oh, okay, let's see that.
So, oh, actually, no. I'm sorry. We have one more that I want to look at, which is Charles Jaco, who's kind of infamous in the internet for a fake story about them faking this segment.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, but
look at this guy.
Yeah,
wow. So that's Ernest Hemingway, Safari, Cuba.
So this is one hand on your hip and then leaning toward the camera.
Yeah.
You see that? Like, that's a great look. And if you add like the Banana Republic gear,
right,
that's just fantastic. Can we just hear a little bit of that? And then there's actually another clip of him doing some shit off camera, which is hilarious.
Did not affect the situation here right now.
Looks like he's
apparently what happened was the air raid alarms went off We were told to go into the basement with our gas masks. All the crews left the camera platforms here, and as I was in the middle of my report, the power was cut. Everyone here is fine. But
right,
we have been
so we
led
hear
to
that.
understand by the Saudi...
He's a smoker. You can hear, right, in his voice?
Can you hear that?
I think so. Let's see.
Yeah?
We'll have to look into it later, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So here is also Charles Jacob. Oh, and again, some of these clips are sort of famous on the internet because people think that they were faking the palm trees in the background and
right,
stuff.
Yeah.
But
he's like at a bar mitzvah.
Oh, geez. Wait, hang on a sec. So this is if we go to 219 here, Matt, on this one. Sorry, this is a little
Saudi Arabia.
This is really good.
Duck face.
Look at this.
Look
at this. Look at this shit. Look at
Let me say hi.
the top 10 things about Saudi Arabia. Maybe we could shorten the list to 5. Oh God, Geopolitics by Dan Quayle.
What was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Je suis un journaliste américain. Wolf. Wolf.
He's laughing about Wolf Blitzer, I think.
Right. Can we bring him on to the show?
I love this
I don't know.
so much.
I don't know.
Standing down
What's
now.
his name?
I'm going to go get my hamburger
Charles
and my
Jacob.
coffee.
How do you spell his last name?
All clear.
JACO.
Every time I order something, this happens. All clear. Thank you.
This guy's my hero.
I know. We got to get him on.
Yeah.
I think he's still alive.
I'm
He
starting
is
to get
still alive.
real
He was born in
bothered by all
1950. Okay,
this.
thank God.
Boy, did I almost look stupid. Charles Jacob, CNN, reporting live from Saudi Arabia. No,
You
wait
know
a
why
minute.
he's...
Whoa, hold it, homeboy. I'm the talent here, you dig?
All right.
That's great.
Yeah.
By the way, do you know why he stopped? Do you know what happened to him?
Mm-mm.
No. He was badly beaten by the security forces of Panamanian dictator Manuel Noriega.
Oh, really? Well, that sucks.
He worked at NBC Radio, then he switched to CNN. He fled the country, fled Panama with the U.S. military. Oh, I didn't know this. He also apparently, while covering the Gulf War for CNN in 1991, proposed to fellow CNN correspondent Pat Neal.
On air?
I think so. Let's see. It looks like it. Anyway, but then he left CNN in 94 and joined KMOX. Oh my God, you know what he wrote? He wrote The Complete Idiot's Guide to the Gulf War. And
Nice.
he co-authored The Complete Idiot's Guide to the Politics of Oil. So we should have him come on and do a useful idiot's guide.
Yeah, I'd love to. Charles Jacob, if you're out there, look, we'd love to. I want to hear some of those like literal war stories too.
Also, remember Todd Aiken, that crazy guy who was a U.S. representative and also ran for Senate and said crazy stuff about women. He's from Missouri, and he said stuff about women.
Oh yeah,
pregnant.
Yeah.
That was during that was on the JACO report.
That was
the
what is
about
it?
The
Enforceable legitimate rape.
Legitimate rape, yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that was Charles Jacob show. Interesting.
Yeah.
So he's sort of like a a historic TV icon.
Yeah, he is.
We should have him on.
Yeah, I think he'd come on. What do you think?
I think so. We could ask him.
Definitely. Okay, Jacob.
Also,
come on.
He's also living history because he was there for the beginning of CNN and everything. So
yeah,
that would be great.
Yeah.
I love the mocking Wolf Blitzer. Also gives him cool points as well. Yeah, that's pretty good. Like that's the way the reporter in the field should be acting. He should be able to do his serious journalist face like in an instant like that too.
Yeah, he's very good at this. He's very talented.
Yeah, very good, very good. So anyway, so that's one strategy, is the kind of like laid back dude look.
Yeah.
And then the other obviously is the kind of I guess we should sort of first look, Matt, at the Al Franken weekend update look, if you have that photo. So this is, he was sort of mocking that whole thing, but this is definitely a strategy that you will still see on the news. There's another photo that we have of Janine DiGiovanni, who is actually she's not even a TV reporter, but she was with Vanity Fair. But this is something you'll see, in places like Afghanistan or Iraq, is like sometimes they actually make you wear all this stuff, like a helmet and everything, and a Kevlar vest. But it's also sometimes dredged up as a prop for these stand-ups.
Like sometimes they make you wear it, you mean for logistics and safety reasons, and other times it's performative. Yeah,
like when you're embedded, you actually do have to wear some of that gear at certain situations. But I don't think they have to do it when they're on the air. But yeah, could we see the Giovanni thing, because this is also decor that we've seen this week in Afghanistan, the kind of like blue vest, this whole thing, right? I don't know, what do you favor when
I like that. It's a little unflattering. She can get away with it. I don't think I would want to wear that, because it just adds bulk, right? Also, I think we should distinguish between Richard Engel's shirt, which was a navy short sleeve, and Jaco's thing, which was light,
double khaki.
Double khaki on khaki.
It's not easy to pull that off.
No, it's not.
Shirt on shirt.
I think it must have been a thin material, so it didn't, or else it would have been really hot. But like Engel kind of looked like he was gonna. Is it Engel or Engels? I always forget.
Engel, I think.
Engel, yeah. He kind of looked like he was about to take a swing of golf.
Right. Yes. Well, he's checking his lie, as they say in golf.
That's,
right.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, what club do I need? Like that's the proper
what he was
posture.
Looking at the ball. What is it called? A putt. What do you hit in golf?
A club.
The ball. No,
the ball.
It is. It's called a ball.
Yes, but they would say you're checking your lie. In other words,
right. Lie. Yes, right. Cool. But I'm just wondering if that's what he was looking at when he looked down. Maybe someone
where his ball was.
Yeah.
Could have been that. Maybe somebody kicked it by accident. And that's what he was. Yeah. But anyway, something to keep an eye on as we watch all this news from Afghanistan is like, are there any new trends in reporters on the ground?
And stance.
Where?
In fashion and stance.
Yeah. I'm very in favor of the casual arms akimbo thing.
We should try to do a whole episode like that.
That would be interesting. Do we have to stand?
Or a whole segment at least.
A whole segment?
I don't know.
Like this?
Yeah. Maybe we should we should be doing our shows, like not with the guests because that's disrespectful, but maybe our parts we should be doing while we're on treadmills.
That would be interesting.
Right?
It would also be, we could have everybody do it, include the audience.
I like that idea. In fact, once I was talking to you and Wilson, and I was like, my friend had put a little bicycle thing, and I was trying to do it I thought subtly. You were like, "Are you dancing? Are you listening to music? Are you?"
That's right. I remember that. You were exercising during the show
for a minute. Yeah. No, it wasn't during the show. It was during a meeting.
Oh, it was during a meeting. Right. Yeah. Could we do it on unicycles? That would be interesting. Has anyone ever done a show on unicycles?
I'd be out like Richard. I'd make Richard Engel look like a permanent fixture. That's how quickly I'd be gone from the screen. Have you ever done that?
I have never done a unicycle. I don't think I could muster.
I can barely do a regular bicycle.
Really?
It's a lie. That thing when you get back on, you never forget or whatever. It's a lie, because I had a little bicycle accident when I was a kid, and I scraped my face, and then I started doing it again, and I couldn't just get back on. But that's probably kind of like a psychological thing I have to work through. Maybe I could get back on. Then I stopped bicycling, and then I tried again. I'm going to do it. Maybe we can do this as a Substack only thing. Like I'll try to get on a bicycle, and people will have to become Substack members to see the footage.
Right. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be good?
I think that's a sound commercial strategy.
Yeah, I'll wear a helmet.
Right. And Kevlar.
Kevlar. Yeah. I'll wear all the stuff, and I'll wear a navy polo shirt, and I'll wear some khaki thing over it, Kevlar, and they'll have the big hat thing. Not hat thing, the big Al Franken thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I think that's a great idea. I think we could really clean up with a setup like that.
We could get to 30 mil.
Easily.
Jim Lock, that's an attainable goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jim Lock watches Useful Idiots on a treadmill riding a unicycle.
Wow. That is impressive. I've never seen that.
Me neither.
I bet that's on the internet.
Yeah,
I bet in the time it takes for us to finish this show, which is like 2 minutes, I bet someone could find a video of someone riding a unicycle on a treadmill. Do you think that's possible?
Yeah, let's do it, guys.
Let's see. Can we find that?
Yeah. Make sure press is printed in large letters on. Yeah, it's true.
Yes, here we go. How do I do this?
God, there's some major trolls. Let's just ban you forever. Oops. Sometimes I put users in timeout, but some people. Oh, I shouldn't have blocked them. I kind of did, actually. Yeah. Charles Jaco has a Twitter account. Let's follow him.
Does he?
Apparently.
Here we go.
How much money would you need to try that? I wouldn't do that. I would skin my leg. It would be. I have a friend who in like middle school fell on a treadmill and it like skinned her leg. Oh.
I'd be more worried about dentistry in this situation.
Oh yeah, you're right. I would just hold on really. Are you kidding me? And he's juggling.
Oh, juggling. Oh, wow. That's fantastic.
Wow. Bone shaker, bicycle riding, war correspondent. Someone needs to do it.
For next show, I bet there's someone on the internet on a unicycle on a treadmill doing porn.
Oh my God. Well, we can't show it if that's true.
We can't show it, but we can reference it.
We can reference it, yeah.
Yeah, I bet that's true.
Last thing I want to do is follow Charles Jaco.
Follow Charles Jaco?
Charles Jaco. Let's see, where is he? Jesus, look at that guy go.
He's fantastic. I have so many heroes now.
I know. Let's see.
All right.
Charles Jaco won.
So anything else we got to talk about?
I'm almost following him.
Yeah.
No, sorry. He's got 3 Peabodys and 10 Murrows and 2 musical autographs.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
He's one to be admired.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else for this week that we have to talk about?
I think that's it, right? We have a great show coming up for you on Wednesday. Make sure you subscribe to us on Substack, on YouTube. Also, rate and review us on wherever you listen to podcasts, and make sure you listen to and watch our show from last week. Should we say who our guest is this week or wait?
I think we should wait.
Okay, we'll wait.
Is that Jimmy Dore?
No, I don't think so. I think it's a fake Jimmy Dore.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, all right. Yeah, we need a horse on a treadmill wearing a hat. It says Ocean Transistor.
Yeah. Horse on the treadmill wearing a hat on a unicycle.
On a unicycle. Yeah. Well, that would be hard, wouldn't it? Well, I guess the horse could use its back legs.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Tough for the horse. Though.
Yeah, tough for the horse. We can't do that.
Yeah.
We can't do that.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay. Well, this concludes our program. We will see you later this week, and then at the same time slot again next week. And Kate, it's so great to see you again, back from vacation.
You too. Yes.
And we will see you all soon.
Yes. Bye, everyone.